Hey, welcome to my channel. Today I have another theatre vlog for you. So in this vlog we actually go and see Wicked at the Victoria Apollo Theatre on the West End. So we went to see the show back in July for my birthday. We actually went on my actual 30th birthday. So we went on Wednesday the 26th of July 2023. And we had an amazing time. We were sat in the stalls. We were on row B, so we were on the second row, and we had a great time. Really enjoyed our time there. So in this vlog I show you around the theatre, show the view from our seat, show you all the merch, and then I'd have a little review for you at the end of the video as well. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed this little vlog. So we're now heading to Victoria because we're going to go and see Wicked tonight. So we're going to go get some food and then we're going to go Okay, so we're going to brave the underground to get to the restaurant today. So yeah, we don't usually use the underground, we usually walk, but because we don't have a lot of time, we're going this way. Okay, so as you can see, we didn't actually get the tube because it was manic, and it took £15 just for the ticket, so we weren't paying £30 to go one stop, so we're walking, and it's hit and miss of whether I actually make it in time, but we'll see. So we're now just walking past Buckingham Palace on our way to the theatre. Well, I say first straight to the restaurant that's next to the theatre.
I was at the wrong place at the right time, 'cause suddenly there you were with those bright blue eyes. We were conversing under the night sky when you took my hand, said let's leave now. Don't wanna be shy, I will let my guard down. Don't wanna be shy,
made it just in time. Okay, so we made it to the restaurant just in time. So we're at the Stone and Grill. It's just near the theatre. So I think I'm going to get garlic bread to start, and then I'm going to get the steak. And who knows what Lawrence is going to get. Okay, so our food has arrived. I got cheesy garlic bread. Lawrence went for calamari, and he's got a Copperberg. I've got a Diet Coke, so we're gonna tuck into this. Okay, so our main meals have arrived. I have a steak with mashed potato. It's supposed to come with fries, but I asked for that. The only thing is, they didn't ask me how well done I want my steak, and I like it medium rare, so I hope it's not well done. We'll see. And then Lawrence got tagliatelle. Okay, so we've finished our meal. What did you think of your meal, Lawrence?
Average.
Yeah, I wouldn't say my steak was great. It was just very average. Don't think I'd eat there again. No, it came to £70. I'm not sure how, because when we add it up, it doesn't come to £70. So, but, yeah. But anyway, we're walking up to Wicked now. You can see it's just up here. This is our second show of the day. Really looking forward to this one. We're on row B of the stalls for this one. So yeah, unfortunately it's raining, so we're not going to get a nice picture outside, unfortunately, but I'll have to take some pictures inside. Yeah. So maybe when we come out I'll walk across and get a nice picture. need to try and get in this queue now. Find the end of the queue and get in the queue. Where's the end of the queue? Okay, so we're heading in now. Okay, so we're just heading in. Oh. Okay, so we are inside. I'm so excited. So here's some of the merch. There's a big merch stand here. Here's a big merch stand, so that's a yeah. So Wicked is the one where I'm actually going to buy merch for. So Lauren said he's going to buy me the hoodie for my birthday, and then I want to get a magnet and a pen and a program. Okay, so we are inside the theatre now. We are in the stalls. We're on row B. I can't remember the exact number, I need to check. But yeah, we're down here. There's the dragon. Okay, so I'm headed to my seat. I said I'm on row B, seat 14. So right at the front.
That's also really good. 41? Yeah. Yes. Oh, sorry.
Other side. Okay, so row B, seat 14.
Like, it's now, and then
Okay, so we are in our seats now at Wicked. We are on row B, seat 14 and 13. We bought a lot of merch, didn't we? Wicked is like one of my favourite shows.
Sarah's present, we got.
It's my 40th birthday present off Lawrence, so I got hoodie, program, pen, magnet, tote bag. But we only got the tote bag because we didn't have a bag. and it's raining, so that's the reason we got the tote bag. But really looking forward to the show starting. I haven't seen Wicked probably in about 10-15 years. It's been a very, very long time. So.
I saw it 24 years.
Yeah, so it's been a long time, so I'm really looking forward to this. So I'll get back to you in the interval, let you know what we think, and then I'll give you a full review when we get home. Really enjoying it. Lawrence isn't too impressed. Yeah, but the person who's playing Elphaba was the Elphaba that I saw back in 2008. So 15 years ago, she's come back to do it again. This is the same one. Yeah, she's the same one, Alexa. This is the same one that I saw in 2008. So yeah, really loving it, and I'll get back to you now after the show. So I thought I'd just come up to the dresser, and that's the interval. Show you what it looks like from up here. Okay, so the show's going to start again in 5 minutes. I'm just going to head to my seat. The show has now finished. I had such a good time. It's the best birthday present, so thank you.
You're welcome.
It's the best time. It's been really good. So I'm gonna head back to the hotel now. We'll tell you a bit more about the show when we get back and what we thought of it. But I loved it. It was so good. So yeah, I'll get back to you later. braving the tube on the way home because it's an hour walk and it's pouring it down. So we've got our tickets.
Yeah,
We just have to find our way. Okay, so we're at Houston now, so it should only be a 10-minute walk hopefully to the hotel from here. We've just made a nip into Marks and Spencer's to get some supplies, some food supplies. It is very expensive, but I don't think there's another shop anywhere before we get to the hotel. And here we are. We are back at the hotel. I'm not sure what time it is. I'll tell you when we're getting. Hi, so it's now 11:15. We are back in the hotel room. We've just got back from seeing Wicked. I absolutely loved it. It was the best birthday night to see Wicked. I really enjoyed it. I think I said Lawrence. It's not Lawrence's favourite, were it?
No, Moulin Rouge was my...
He preferred Moulin Rouge. I much preferred Wicked to Moulin Rouge. I thought the story to Moulin Rouge is a bit lacking, but I still really enjoyed it. I think the story is much better in Wicked. It's much more complex. But Lawrence bought me lots of merch from Wicked.
And it's probably...
for my birthday. That's my birthday present off Lawrence, isn't it, Lawrence?
Yeah.
Yeah, so I'll show you all that in a second. But yeah, I've had a wonderful day, so yeah, we're just gonna get changed and then we'll tell you a bit about the show. So this is the snacks we picked up from Marks and Spencer's on the way home because we're quite hungry because we didn't have any lunch. We had a packet of crisps for lunch, didn't we? And that was it. So we're quite hungry, so we got some onion rings. These are Lawrence's, these Vienna shortbreads. I got these slices because we also didn't get dessert with our meal because we didn't have time, so this is our dessert. Got some biscuits. Lawrence got some chocolate covered raisins, and I got some sour caterpillars, and then we got a bottle of water and a bottle of Diet Coke. So we're gonna eat these before we go to bed. Okay, so here is a little merch haul. Lawrence got me the hoodie for my birthday, and that was £60. It's quite expensive, but all hoodies are expensive at shows. We got the tote bag for £10. Main reason we got this is because we didn't take a bag with us, did we? And it was chucking it down, so we needed a bag. So we bought that. That was £10, but I will use that because I think that's really nice. We got the souvenir brochure. Oh, it says souvenir program because it does have the cast list in it. That was £10. We got a pen. That was £2. Magnet. Do you know how much magnet was? I'm not sure. That is our merch haul. Hi, so it's actually been a few months now since we actually got back from seeing Wicked, so I thought it's about time I actually gave you a little review of the show. Now, we went to see Wicked for my 40th birthday. We actually went on my actual 40th birthday, so we went on Wednesday the 26th of July 2023, and the reason I wanted to go and see Wicked because I've always said Wicked is my favourite musical, and I wanted to go back and see it because I hadn't seen it since 2013, I think it was, on its first UK tour. So I've actually seen Wicked twice. So I went to see it on the West End back in 2008. That was the first time I went to see Wicked. Me and my friend went to London. I think it was the first time I actually went to London. It was the first time I'd gone to London, and I went because I really wanted to see Wicked. So that was the reason we thought for this trip, was to go and see Wicked, and we absolutely loved it. It was a great show. My friend loved it, and as soon as I heard that it was going on tour in 2013, I really had to go and see it again. So we went to see it on tour when it was on at the Palace Theatre in Manchester in 2013. I can't remember when it was on. Was it around Christmas time? I'm not sure. But then when it toured again in, I think it was in 2018, I actually didn't go because it was on, I think it was Christmas time in 2018, and I had my daughter. She had just turned 1, and I was also pregnant with my son, so I wasn't in the mood to be going to the theatre. In fact, I don't think I went to the theatre at all that year, because obviously I had my daughter and I was pregnant, so I didn't hardly go to any shows that year. So I actually missed out on that year, which was a shame because it would have been nice to have gone with Lawrence. But I've gone back and seen it now, and that's why I really wanted to go and see it. It's also going on tour. Is it at the end of this year or next year? Beginning next year. I know it's not on in Manchester till I think it's December 2024, but I think it's on in Liverpool around July 2024, so I'll probably try and go. I'll probably try and go to Liverpool and Manchester because I really want to see it again. Even though I've just seen it, I really want to see it again. It's such a fun show and I really love it. But unfortunately Lawrence isn't a great fan, so I think he might come with me to see it in Manchester. But I'm pretty sure I'll probably, if I want to go and see it in Liverpool, I'll probably have to go on my own. And so I really want to go back and see it again to make sure it is still my favourite musical, because obviously I've seen lots of things since then. But Wicked has always stood out to me. I've always loved the soundtrack. I actually have the actual CD of the soundtrack, and I play it all the time. And it's one that I really love all the music from. So I wanted to go back and see it and see if it was still one of my favourites. When I went to see it the first time on the West End, it was in 2008. And we were sat in the stalls. I think we had really good seats. I think we paid quite a lot of money for them. And we had a really good view. But I think we were about maybe halfway back. So I really wanted to sit really close to the front this time. But we didn't have a lot of money to pay for the tickets. So I decided to sit on the second row, because the second row on the sides, because they're actually cheaper. They're actually some of the cheapest seats in the theatre. That's because it's supposed to have restrictive views. But I thought, you know what, I'm going to sit there because I just really want to be close to the front. I really want to get a good look at the costumes, because the costumes are outstanding in this show, and I really wanted to get a good look at the costumes and be able to see the characters' facial expressions, the actors' facial expressions. And so I really wanted to sit near the front. So we definitely could not afford any of the seats in the middle part at the front of the stalls. So our best option were the side seats, which were £49 each, which is actually, like I said, one of the cheapest. The Band D tickets, so the restricted view tickets. And I'd watched a few videos of people saying what the view was like from those seats, and they said the view was good, but you do miss a few things on the right hand side of the stage, but not too much. So I thought, oh, you know what, I'm gonna go for it. I've seen it before. I know what happens in it, and I just really wanted to get I just really wanted to be close and be able to see all the costumes really close up and stuff. So I thought, you know what, we're going to go for that, because we couldn't really afford any of the other tickets anyway. And we did actually have some vouchers to pay for these tickets. We had some theatre tokens which I'd gotten from Seat View. If you don't know, there's a website called Seat View, and on there you can put up a picture of your seat. And whenever you go to theatre, take a picture from your seat of the stage, and then you upload it on there and give a little view and say what the view was like from that seat. And then they give you so many points, and when you get to a certain number of points, you can get a theatre token. So that's what I did. So I managed to get, I think I had like £20–30 worth of theatre tokens from that. So we used them, and we also, at the beginning of the year, the National Lottery were giving away free, I think it was £25 theatre tokens. So Lawrence got one, I got one, some of my family members got some and gave them to us. So I actually think we didn't actually pay anything for our Wicked tickets in the end. We used all our free vouchers, so we actually ended up going to see Wicked for free, which was amazing. And the reason why we didn't get better seats and use the rest of the vouchers was because we wanted to go and see more shows, and we wanted to use some for those as well. And I thought it would be a good view from these seats, so we went for these seats. We ended up sitting on row B, seat 13 and 14. But I think we did actually end up moving up 1 or 2 seats because there was no one sat in those seats, so we did have to move up a bit, which was better because the view from the seats, if you're further along, you didn't miss as much on the right hand side. I'm actually not sure if those seats were a bit more expensive, I'm not sure, but yeah, there was a better view from when we moved up 2 seats, I think. So instead of being in seat 14, we're in 13 and 14. I think we ended up being in seats 15 and 16. And to be honest, I thought the view was actually quite good from those seats. There were a few bits that you couldn't see on the right hand side. There wasn't that much. Sometimes as well, some of the characters might have been stood in your way, so you couldn't see what the main characters were doing. But other than that, it wasn't too bad. And I think if you've seen the show before, they're actually really good seats to sit in because you do get such a great view of the costumes. I really enjoyed being able to see all the costumes in detail because they're so detailed and they're so beautiful, and you often miss how gorgeous they are when you're sat a bit further back. And also loved being close up to the actors and be able to see all their facial expressions. I just thought it was really good, so I really enjoyed those seats. I was really glad we actually went for those seats because I think if we paid £50 anywhere else, we would have been at the very, very back of the dress circle, and obviously we wouldn't have been able to see the detail on the costumes or the actors' facial expressions. So I'm glad that we went for those seats. I think those were the best options for me for what I wanted to get out of the show. So I really enjoyed those seats, and like I said, I think if you have seen the show before, definitely recommend those seats. If you've seen it for the first time, maybe I suggest maybe not sitting there because like I said, there are a few bits that you do miss on that side, and I think if you're going for the first time, you want to be able to get the full experience and see everything. So I'd say if you're going for a second time or third time, definitely great seats to sit in. So those were the seats that we went for, but like the whole theatre, the Victoria Apollo Theatre, which is the theatre that Wicked is in, it's actually been in that theatre since it actually first opened. So Wicked in the West End opened back in 2006, so it's been in that theatre on the West End for 17 years now, so it's such a long time. Been running for so long, and it's in one of the biggest theatres I think in the West End, so to be able to stay in such a big theatre for so long, it's definitely doing really well, and that's because it's such a great show. And like I said, when you actually get to the Victoria Apollo Theatre, the theatre looks so good on the outside. It's got a big giant poster of Wicked on it. It's all lit up all green, so it's on theme as soon as you get to the theatre. And then as you walk in to the foyer, there's all green lighting, there's loads of merch stands. They sell Little Moons at this theatre because it's an ATG theatre, and ATG theatre sell their Little Moon little ice cream things. There's lots of bars in there, lots of kiosks selling sweets and stuff. So it's a really lovely theatre. Like I said, there's all green lighting. All the carpet is green. The walls are green, and you go into the auditorium, all the chairs are green. Like I said, it's really on theme, and it just really gets you into the mood and into the atmosphere for the show as soon as you walk in to the theatre. So like I said, they do have lots of merch stands in Wicked. Everywhere I seem to turn there was a merch stand. But they've got 2 main merch stands as you first walk in the foyer, and I think they've got one up on the dress circle level as well, from what I remember. I think there was one up there as well. So there's loads of merch available for Wicked, absolutely loads of merch. I think it's probably the show that's got the most merch that we went to. Yeah, there's just absolutely loads. I did buy quite a bit of merch actually. Bought this hoodie, this was £60. But there's also other hoodies available. I think they had a grey one. They had lots of different t-shirts available. They had a beanie hat. I think they had a cap as well. They had socks. There was even joggers. They had some joggers. And they actually have a snow globe. They had a variety of key rings, a variety of magnets, a pen, tote bag, loads of things. I think there's a lanyard, so many things. I think I filmed it all for you, so hopefully you saw it in the video. But yeah, I did buy a bit. I got this, well, my husband bought me some stuff for my birthday, so I got this gorgeous Wicked hoodie. This is my absolute favourite hoodie. I've literally been wearing it every day since I've got it, so I absolutely love this. We also picked up a tote bag here. This was £10 and I really like that. We actually ended up buying that because we needed a bag and it was raining, so I thought I'd get the tote bag because I know I'll use it, so I really like that. I got a magnet. We went for the one that said London on it just because we've seen it on tour and I wanted to know that this was from the London production. So the magnet was £5, tote bag was £10, this was £60. I also picked up a Wicked pen. There you go, so I picked up that Wicked pen and that was £2. And I also picked up the souvenir programme and this was £10. So I picked up quite a bit of merch from this show. I could have got loads more. I could have spent an absolute fortune because Wicked is just one of my favourite shows. But we had a budget, so I only picked up those things. But they've got some gorgeous merch. They do have a lot of really nice merch, so if you are going, there's plenty of merch for you to buy if you're into theatre merch. Okay, so now I'll tell you a little bit about the show. So if you don't know anything about Wicked, Wicked is actually supposed to be like a prequel to The Wizard of Oz, and it's loosely based on the 1995 novel by Gregory Maguire, which was called Wicked: The Life and Times of the Wicked Witch of the West, which is a book that I have actually read, but it was years ago. And I have to say the book is much darker than the musical. It's got a lot of things about politics in it and terrorism. Elphaba is actually a bit of a terrorist in the book from what I remember. So the book is much darker than the musical. The musical is much lighter and made much more fun. So that's why I'd say it's only loosely based on his book. So the musical has music and lyrics by Stephen Schwartz and it has a book by Winnie Holzman. So the musical tells the story of two unlikely friends, Elphaba and Glinda, who meet at the magical Shiz University. Elphaba is a green-skinned outcast and Glinda is a perky and popular blonde, and the two of them couldn't be more different. They're definitely like opposites of each other. But whilst at university they actually end up sharing a dorm together, and at first they are enemies and do not get on with each other at all. They absolutely hate each other, but over time they actually learn to overcome the differences and become friends, and they actually end up becoming best friends. However, their friendship is tested on many occasions. They both end up falling for the same guy at school, so they both end up falling for Fiero, and then when they discover that the Wizard of Oz is a fraud, they both deal with it in different ways. Elphaba turns against the wizard, whereas Glinda actually works alongside him, and that obviously puts a great strain on their relationship. And Elphaba ends up becoming outcast, whereas Glinda ends up becoming loved by the citizens of Oz, and she ends up being known as Glinda the Good, whereas Elphaba ends up being called the Wicked Witch of the West. And yeah, that is the story. I do think you do need to really have seen The Wizard of Oz to maybe understand some bits of the story, especially the end bit, because it does talk about Dorothy and like the Scarecrow and the Tin Man and stuff. So it might be best to maybe watch that or read one of the Oz books before you actually go and see the musical. So for me, one of the best things about this musical is its score. I absolutely love hearing this score live with the orchestra. The opening number with that live orchestra is just phenomenal. I just love that opening number with the live orchestra. It just sounds so good. It definitely doesn't sound the same on the CD, on the soundtrack. You need to hear it live. It just sounds fantastic. So I really love hearing the score for this done live by the orchestra. It's just really good, and I just love all the songs from this show. I listen to this soundtrack all the time. I actually have the actual CD of this soundtrack, and I bought that, I think, before I'd even been to see, no, I think I bought it at the show. I can't remember anyway, but I was listening to it before I went to the show. And yeah, it's just one of my absolute favourite soundtracks. I think I love every single song on the soundtrack. It's one that I don't tend to skip. I can just listen to the whole way through. And yeah, it's really good. There's some really catchy songs in this, like Popular, Dancing Through Life is quite an upbeat, catchy one. Obviously, Defying Gravity is an amazing song. I also like The Wizard and I, and also For Good. They're all some great songs. So I definitely think that the soundtrack for Wicked is really good. So the set for Wicked, again, is fantastic. I absolutely love the set. It's definitely got like a steampunk feel to it. So as soon as you walk into the auditorium, you can see all the cogs. I think there's like 2 giant cogs on the floor, and then on the sides of the set there's like lots of gears and clock faces, and there's also the big time dragon, which is at the top of the stage, like on the proscenium. It's this giant metal time dragon which blows smoke out. I think its eyes glow red as well. And so as soon as you walk in to the auditorium, you're greeted by this amazing set, and it really gets you excited for the show, I think. So I love the set. I think it's great. There's some great set pieces. There's the giant talking head for the wizard. That's really good, the way that moves and lights up and speaks. That's a really great piece of set. And yeah, I think the set's fantastic for this. Also the lighting in this is really good, and also the special effects. There's quite a few special effects in the show, and all that together really creates a fantastic atmosphere. And yeah, it's done really well. Costumes for this again are spectacular, so detailed. There's some absolutely beautiful costumes in this. I think they're supposed to be like Edwardian style. I think that's when the book was written, in that time. And I think they've tried to stick to that sort of style, like they've based it on that, but obviously they're more elaborate. And they're so good, the costumes. That's why I wanted to sit at the front, so I can actually see the costumes in more detail. Some of my favourite costumes are probably the ones from when they go to the Emerald City, and they're all dressed in these fantastic green costumes. Love those. Also, Elphaba's costume, her black dress. You may think it's just a black dress, but when you see it close up, it's actually got loads of different layers, and there's lots of different colours sort of interwoven into the black fabric. So it's actually really beautiful when you actually see it close up. It's a really gorgeous dress. And obviously you've got Glinda's bubble dress, which is absolutely stunning. It's like a big ball gown, blue sort of ball gown dress. It's got loads of crystals on it, so it's really sparkly. It's absolutely beautiful. So I definitely say this show's got some of the best costumes in it of any show I've seen. I just absolutely love the costumes in this. And also you've got the flying monkeys as well. They're really, really good. Love their like costumes and everything. They're really good as well. So yeah, visually this is an absolutely stunning show. It's just really visually stunning. So the cast for Wicked were fantastic. Absolutely loved all the cast. The cast were absolutely amazing. Leading the cast in the role of Elphaba, we actually had Alexia Kadim, who actually played Elphaba when I first went to see it back in 2008. She's actually returned to do the role. So it's strange how the 2 times that I've been to see it, which is years and years apart, I've seen the exact same person playing Elphaba. But Alexia is an amazing Elphaba. She was amazing back when I saw her in 2008, and she's amazing now. I think she's actually probably better now than when I first saw her. I just thought her performance was fantastic. It was strong and confident, and her voice is just amazing. Her vocals were just incredible, so I think she's an absolutely amazing Elphaba. I can see why they got her back to play the role again. And then playing Glinda, we had Lucy St. Louis, who again was spectacular. I thought she had excellent comic timing for Glinda. I thought her Glinda was really funny, and she also had a really gorgeous voice as well. I really enjoyed her portrayal of Glinda. I think she might be maybe the best Glinda that I've seen. I'm not sure, just because it's been such a long time period between the ones that I've seen, but she was very good. I really did enjoy her performance as Glinda. Obviously there's lots of other cast members as well, but those two are probably the most standout ones of the show. So I think now I'll just go through the programme for you, and then I can show you the other cast members and go through that. Okay, so this is the programme. Like I said, this was £10. So here we go, we've got some nice production photo there straight on the front. Then we have this Magical Worlds. So that's just a little bit of information about Gregory Maguire. You got an advert there for the Oz Just Boutique for the merch. You got some really gorgeous production shots here of Lucy St. Louis as Glinda and Alexia Kadim as Elphaba. We then have the creative team's biographies. You then have your cast list here. And then it says here, opening night was the 27th of September 2006. The show runs for 2 hours 45 minutes, including a 20-minute interval. And here you have your musical numbers. So in Act 1, we have No One Mourns the Wicked, Dear Old Shiz, The Wizard and I, What Is This Feeling, Something Bad, Dancing Through Life, Popular, I'm Not That Girl, One Short Day, A Sentimental Man and Defying Gravity. And then in Act 2 we have No One Mourns the Wicked, Thank Goodness, The Wicked Witch of the East, Wonderful, I'm Not That Girl, As Long As You're Mine, No Good Deed, March of the Witch Hunters, For Good and Final. Then you have the orchestra. You've got some more production shots. Madame Marble and Fiyero. And then you have the cast biographies. So here we have Alexia Kadim playing Elphaba. So her theatre credits include The Prince of Egypt at the Dominion Theatre, One Love at the Birmingham Rep. She's been in the Book of Mormon, Les Mis. Obviously she's been in Wicked before. She's been in The Lion King. So she's done lots of theatre work. And then playing Fiyero we had Ryan Reed. His theatre credits include Sweet Charity. He's been in Dreamgirls. He's been in Shrek the Musical. That's some things he was in. And he was an okay Fiyero. I do think I preferred the Fiyero the last time I went to see it, but he was good. He was a good Fiyero. And then had Sophie Lewis Dan as Madame Marble. And again, she was a good Madame Marble. Her theatre credits include Fergie in the Windsor's Endgame, Scylla in The Girls, Mrs. Lovett in Sweeney Todd, and a few other shows as well. So we then have Mark Curry, who played the wonderful Wizard of Oz. Again, he was good. His theatre credits include Dr. Armstrong in And Then There Were None UK tour. He's been in All Creatures Great and Small, and he's been in The Woman in Black. So those are some of his theatre credits. We then have Lucy St. Louis, who was Glinda. Like I said, she was an excellent Glinda. I thought she was really funny and just a great Glinda. She had a great voice. Her theatre credits include Christine Daae in The Phantom of the Opera. She's been in The Show Must Go On. She's been in Motown the musical. She's been in Beautiful, the Carole King musical. And she's also been in the Book of Mormon as well. So there's some shows that she's been in. Then we have Caitlin Anderson, who played Nessa Rose. Her theatre credits include The Nutcracker, Grief, and We Came to Dance. So that's some things that she's been in. We then had Joe Thompson Ubari. He played Bok. His theatre credits include In Ordinary Days, Aladdin, In the Heights, and Oliver. We then have Simon Truby. He was supposed to play Dr. Dillerman, but we actually had an understudy on for Dr. Dillerman at our performance. So let me just see, who did we have? So we actually had Joshua Lovell playing Dr. Dillerman instead. So there we go, we had Joshua Lovell playing Dr. Dillerman. These are his theatre credits. So he's been in Singing in the Rain, White Christmas, Funny Girl, Kinky Boots. So those are some things he's been in. And then this is the ensemble cast. So these are all the ensemble cast members. So it's quite a big cast. And then here's all their biographies, but I'm not going to go through everyone. And then here's the rest of the ensemble cast. Then got an advert for Matilda. We've got a big production shot of The Wizard. We've got this great defying gravity shot there. And they got the producers' biographies. There's a good picture of one of the flying monkeys. Here's a nice shot of Glinda. This is a great, I love this shot of the Emerald City. You can see all the amazing costumes. Like I said, I really love all the costumes from Emerald City. I think they're so detailed. Really nice. So, love that one. Then have a production shot of Dr. Dillerman. And then we have this one where you see Glinda coming in her bubble. And have the production credits, advert. Then we have some information on the Victoria Apollo Theatre, so some history on the theatre. I think it used to be a movie theatre that got transformed into an actual theatre, from what I remember. Some more production shots. Oops. That's Nessa Rose and Bok. Elphaba and Glinda. And then just some adverts there and the Elphaba and Glinda shots. So that is the programme. So I think that's a really nice programme. I do love that. I do think that's a good programme. And I did actually find my programme back from 2008. So here's some shots of Alexia Kadim back in 2008 when she was playing Elphaba. So there's that picture of her there. That's another one of her in 2008. And then again from 2008. So just thought you might like to see some pictures of her back when she did it then. Yeah, so for me, Wicked is a 5-star show. I absolutely love it. It has an amazing score, some great catchy songs, a good story, fantastic set, amazing costumes, and it's just visually stunning. I think it's a really stunning show, and it's such a spectacle. It's definitely a show that I think everyone should go and see. It does appeal to families. It's a good family show, and yeah, I just love it. It's one of my favourites. Probably is my top, I think. I think it is my favourite musical. I just love it, and I'd go and see it again and again and again. It's one that I would definitely go and see many times. Like I said, when it tours, I'm hoping to see it at least twice. So yeah, for me, this is a 5-star show. Definitely recommend it, especially if you love sort of shows that are a little bit like sort of like a fairy tale sort of show. But yeah, I really love it. I think it's a really good, interesting show, and yeah, one of my favourites, if not my favourite. So yeah, I hope you have enjoyed this little vlog and review. If you enjoy these sort of videos, then please do subscribe. I've got quite a few still to go up from my London trip. I still have Tina Turner musical vlog to go up. I have Matilda to go up, and I also have Book of Mormon. So I still have 3 more to go up from my London trip. So if you'd like to see any of those, like I said, do subscribe and hit the notification bell, and you'll be notified as soon as those go up. I also see lots of regional shows. I tend to go to theatre at least a few times a month. Sometimes I end up going like every week. So there's always videos going up if you like theatre content. So yeah, do subscribe and hit the notification bell, and then you can be notified as soon as they go up. But yeah, I hope you've enjoyed this video. If you have, do give it a like, don't forget to subscribe, and I hope to see you again soon. Bye.